Welcome back to the 161 Report series recap. I'm Bobby, that's Kyle, and again we are talking about a Yankees series victory, two-game sweep of the Boston Red Sox in Fenway Park. Can't get much better than that.
No, you definitely can't. The Yankees were going into this series trying to make a statement, and they did exactly that in these two games.
Yeah, we were hoping for the two-game sweep, and they came out with it. Game one, let's just dive right into it. Um, Definitely not an easy win at all,
No, it was not. It was a
but
lot of back and forth,
yes.
really.
Yeah, it really was. But of course, Aaron Judge has to do what he does. Two home runs, 56 and 57, right? Yeah,
Yep.
okay. 56 and 57. Um, who the game goes into extras, of course, just because it's a Yankee Red Sox game. They have to make it interesting. Has to be a long, drawn out game. Um, but they come out with a victory. So Judge goes 3 for 4 because of course he does.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That was I expected a big series out of him. I expect a big series every single one that we play out of Aaron Judge. It's just the kind of role that he's on. He is unbelievable. And people need to realize, just as like from a baseball standpoint, that this is a season that most of us it'll be our best season we ever watch.
right.
And he's just the numbers he's putting up, and he's not just hitting home runs. He's batting 310 on the season before today's game.
Yeah.
He's literally like triple crown watch. It's crazy.
hmm Yeah.
And to dive back into this game a little bit, the whole back and forth thing. Tristan Casas, he opened up the game with a home run, 2-0 Boston. Marwin tied the game. That was great. I love
Yeah.
to see that.
I don't know where that came from.
2-2. Yeah, that was great. And then Reese McGuire, he hit a home run. That was 3-2 Boston. And then Judge tied the game for
Of
his
course.
first time at 3. And then Xander home run made it 4-3 Boston. Judge tied the game up again with his 57th home run on the season, 4-4. And then Glaber Torres. We will be talking a little bit more about him. Bases clearing double in the top of the 10th inning, 7-3 Yankees. Alex Verdugo, RBI single, made it 7-5 Yankees. And then wild pitch made it 7-6 Yankees. And that was the game.
Yeah, that
That
was
was, it was
it.
exciting.
Yeah, it really was. It
I
felt
liked
we
it.
we said last episode that every game, no matter where each team is in the standings,
Hmm.
Yankees Red Sox will always be an exciting, very, very competitive game. Of course, with the exceptions of I don't want Red Sox fans bringing up the ALDS 2018 when they blew
Yeah.
us out, whatever. But for the most part, it's always a competitive game. And this was just that. Like you said, it was a dogfight the entire way. But I just got to bring up why can't Garrett Cole pitch at Fenway Park?
I'm glad you brought this up. I hate knowing that Garrett Cole is penciled in at Fenway Park. Um, he's just a different pitcher and not good, not in a good way. He's a different pitcher in Fenway. Um, it's tough to see, just especially after the wild card last year. It's just tough, and I he needs to get he now. Obviously, it doesn't really matter much at this point of the season, but he's still got, what is it, 7 years left on his contract, and we play the Red Sox a lot. We cannot have that from our ace.
No.
So I'm not going to bang on Garrett Cole though. Fenway's a very tough place to pitch. Um, you know, I'll give him some slack, but yeah, and he is otherwise, other than this game, he has been money for
Yeah.
us. This Him and Judge have been carrying the Yankees all of August, and
Yeah.
it's been great to see.
hmm And it's not even like he made like really bad pitches either. Like on I think
Mm-mm.
it was Cash's home run. It was like an up and in fastball or some
Yeah.
or like out of the zone or I just remember it being a good location and he just got rocked, but he gave up 3 home runs. I think it
Hmm.
was 3 home runs.
Yeah,
But it
three
was
home
just
runs.
like I mean, his final line, 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, which was nice,
That's yeah, I was gonna
but
bring that those
but
strikeout totals up.
still that 4 runs, 6 innings, like just can't
Yeah.
happen.
No, and it was a very weird start for him, and it seems like he always has those at Fenway because he gives up the earned runs, but he comes out with like a crazy amount of strikeouts
Yeah,
every time. It's crazy. I do have to give props to the bullpen for taking over. Licky, Trevino, Loizaga, Holmes, and Peralta. Um, those guys really stepped it up and kept the Yankees in the game for the most part. So yeah, I mean that bullpen was a very big
yeah,
asset to us in game one.
yeah. And I'm sure most Yankee fans feel this way and stuff, but and I'm sure you do too, obviously.
Mhm.
I love Wandy Peralta on the mound.
Yes,
I feel
Wandy
so
Magic.
confident when he's on the mound. I don't.
Yeah,
I think he's at the top of my trust tree with the Yankees bullpen right now.
that's not crazy to say. It's really not. He whenever like I love when he comes in big moments because he works that Wandy magic. I'm telling you, there's just something about Wandy that it blows my mind every time he's on the mound. He always seems to make the right pitches. It's just his selection is great. The magic he has is great, and he always keeps the Yankees in the game no matter what. He has been a huge asset to the Yankees, and he's having a phenomenal 2022.
Yeah, it's amazing. No, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Wandy because, like, last night when he was facing Devers, obviously at first I was like, oh shit, like Devers
Yeah,
is up with the game on the line. But
yeah,
then Wandy threw a couple pitches, and I'm like, I feel good about this right now. I shouldn't feel good, but I do feel good, and came out with the strikeout. But it was just great.
yeah, yeah. That Wandy Peralta, he has been on the top of my trust tree ever since I forget what game it was, but I knew it was against Atlanta last year. It was a
Yeah,
very, very close game. And he came in, I believe it was like bases loaded, no outs, a situation like that. And he just mowed him down. He did exactly what he had to. And the Yankees ended up winning that game. And it was awesome to see. And as we said a little bit, he has a 2.41 ERA on the year. So it's phenomenal. It's great.
yeah, it's great. All right, so on to game two. Tonight we're recording Wednesday night after the game. Little late night pod, no big deal. Um, another win. And
Yeah.
again, who you mentioned in game one kind of saved the game. Game
Yes.
two, Gleyber Torres once again, even though it wasn't the
Mhm.
same beautiful bases clearing double that he
Yeah.
had in game one. It was more of a little league home run,
Yep.
but
Perfect way to describe it.
but singled in, I guess, a couple runs. Did he even get? Like, yeah, he got
It
one
was
RBI on it, right?
he was
Okay,
credited with an RBI single and then 2 runs scored on the error
nice.
with the throw
Yeah,
from
that.
Arroyo, sorry, not from Arroyo. I believe that was Connor Wong behind the plate tonight for the Red Sox.
All right,
And he threw it to Arroyo, went
or
into right
not
field.
to Arroyo.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was exciting. And I
Yeah,
think it brought a big jolt to this team that was
yeah.
much needed.
Hmm.
I think it was great.
Yeah, it really was. Another 3-hit night for Glaber, which was awesome.
Yeah. And he didn't stop there.
No.
After Glaber's little league home run, love that saying. But Connor Wong hits an RBI double. He made it 3-1 Yankees. Jose Trevino smacked an RBI double. That was good to see. He's been in a
Yeah,
little bit of a slump lately, but
yeah,
he's been a clutch hitter for us all year, and he came up big yet again. He made it 4-1 Yankees. And then this play, I don't know if I want to put it on Gonzalez, but it was an E3 on him. It allowed Devers to reach bottom of the eighth inning. It made it 4-2 Yankees. And then this next play might have saved the game.
yeah,
I remember I texted you about this. This was like my heart was racing a little bit. JD Martinez was at the plate. And the Yankees turned a huge double play, but it was first ruled safe
yeah.
at first base, and it would have scored a run, would have made it 4-3 Yankees. But after replay, it shows that he completely missed the bag.
Yeah, that was kind of odd.
That was very odd. And JD Martinez is an experienced veteran. I have a lot of respect for JD Martinez, and just seeing that kind of weirded me out a little bit. But
Yeah.
luckily it was overturned. And then yet again, the guy we just talked about, Gleyber Torres, huge series for him. He hit an RBI double. He made it 5-2 Yankees. And then Kike Hernandez, he had an RBI ground out to make it 5-3. I believe that was the bottom of the ninth inning. He
Yes.
did that. And then yeah, and then that's how the game ended. Clay Holmes shut the door. Um, I do want to talk about Clay Holmes real quick.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've noticed this or not. He has not been able to have clean innings.
No.
He hasn't, and that's a little worrisome for me.
Especially our lockdown closer.
It is. It's a little worrisome. We do have Chapman coming back. I don't know if I'm like good with that or not, but it does add another piece to our bullpen. But off of the Clay Holmes topic, real quick, I want to talk about our pitching.
Yeah.
So Nestor Cortez
Yeah.
picked up right where he left off.
It's great.
It's his second start back from the IL. He went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And not to mention he's compiling a 2.70 ERA on the year.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's pretty
It's
crazy to
huge.
think about. How
Yeah.
Nestor has been like in the beginning of the year. I mean, all Yankee fans, we would be lying if we didn't say like he was going to regress. Well, he did regress a little bit, but
Yeah.
for him to still have a 2.7 ERA this late into the season is so surprising, and it's amazing.
What really surprises me is I think that IL stint that he just had was much needed.
Oh, for sure.
He I don't think it was an IL stint. I think it was more of a phantom IL. I believe I saw a stat where he has never pitched over 90 innings in his entire career in more than in one season.
Yeah.
I don't know how many innings he's at right now, but I know he has blown way past that. It has been insane. Like
Yeah.
I knew he would pick up where he left off from last year, but
Yeah.
I actually thought that the Yankees were going to slide him into the bullpen. I
Yeah.
didn't think that they were going to go all in and make him on like right now. He's our second starter.
He really is.
I mean, even when we have a fully healthy pitching staff, I'm penciling him in at number two. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
with the
that's
way
just me
he's, yeah, yeah,
personally.
no, no, yeah, with the way he's
Yeah.
throwing and the consistency we get every time he goes out, it's
Oh,
hard
and
to
then
disagree with that.
his strikeout,
No,
where he was doing his little dance with his leg again. Man, I love that.
yeah,
Dude, he brings like okay, we talked about this a little bit off camera, but it's like the Yankees are so business, right? So they
yeah,
have like, and we were talking about their stadium too. Like it's just, it just reminds me of like corporate, but
just very by the book,
it
right?
is. And a guy like Nestor coming in, that's dude, it's so cool to see.
They
He like
need
he's
it.
he's having some fun. He's
Hmm.
he's having fun every time he goes out there, and it's
Yeah,
it's awesome to see. And Nestor he's really climbed the tree of my favorite Yankees,
yeah,
and he's awesome. I love him.
he really is. And it's funny that you mentioned like having fun, because another guy who I feel that way about,
Mhm.
um, especially obviously when he does good, that's when it comes out. But Gleyber Torres just seems like he
Dude,
has so much fun out there. Like he's
yeah,
smiling all the time, especially when he's on like these
yeah.
past two games. But he just seems like he's having so much fun out there, and that's like so amazing to see.
It is. It really is because when he was in his slump, like all of August, he was like he looked depressed, man. I
Yeah,
mean, he was walking back to the dugout with his head down. He went there as fast as he could. And then tonight, I saw some like replays and stuff. He's on that bench having fun. He's over the rail. He's into the game. I mean, that entire Yankees bench is like full of energy.
yeah.
And it's awesome. It is so awesome to see.
I'm close to saying it, but I don't know if I want to say they're back.
I know exactly. Yeah, I knew it was coming.
I'm gonna say it. You know what? I'm gonna say it. They're gonna
Let's
go
do it.
into this next three in Milwaukee. They're sweeping.
Ooh, ooh, I love it. I love to hear it.
They're gonna sweep Milwaukee. I know it. But they do
I
have some
love
tough
that.
pitching matchups though with you have the matchups up? in front of you or no?
I do.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I do. So game one, we are going to see Frankie Montas. He's going to take the mound against Adrian Hauser. Adrian Hauser is coming in with a 4.61 ERA, and our guy Frankie 3.89. How you
Yeah.
feel about game one?
I feel like Hauser's a solid pitcher. The ERA does not is kind of inflated. Like he's definitely better
Yes.
than that ERA.
Mm,
Frankie's got to come with his game like he's
yeah.
been, and hopefully they make plays behind him because he kind of got screwed that last time out.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron Hicks.
I hope
But
so.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I feel pretty good about game one. I think Frankie's gonna come out. Um, he's gonna do his job, and I think our offense is gonna keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and going into game two, now this is the one that worries me a little bit. Um, my prediction is 2 out of 3, and
Okay,
I believe we're gonna lose this second game.
that's fair.
This is Jameson Tyone and his 3.94 ERA, going up against Brandon Woodruff and his 3.39 ERA.
Yeah, Woodruff,
That's
he's a really good
yeah,
pitcher.
he
Woodruff
is.
is
Yes,
very, very good. But I'm like I'm up to here, right? Like I feel great, and
I love it. Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep going on with this. But
yeah,
JMO's coming off an amazing start.
he
Like we
is.
said, one of the best starts of this season for him.
Hmm.
I think he's just gonna keep riding it. Very weak Milwaukee offense.
Yeah.
We have to remember that too, because hopefully, again, I mean, with the past few games, the offense has woken up. They're here. Um, but I don't think the Yankees are need like 10 runs to win a game this
Mm-mm.
series.
No,
It's going to be
no.
relatively low scoring from the Brewers' end. If the bats are somewhat alive, 2-run shot or a 3-run shot might just win you the game.
Yeah, yeah. That's I agree. That's exactly what I have going into this series. My notes on Milwaukee. This is going to be the first time that the Yankees are playing Milwaukee since Derek Jeter's final season.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's gonna be weird watching these games. But yeah, going into game three though, we have Garrett Cole and his 3.30 ERA going up against Jason Alexander and his 5.29 ERA. This one, I think the Yankees are going to bounce back from game two, and I
Okay.
think Garrett Cole is going to have a great start, a Garrett Cole start. I think just coming off of Fenway, he knows that he has to have a good start, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I think I agree. I think
Yeah.
Garrett Cole's going to shove, really bring out the brooms early. We're going to bring out the brooms early in game three because we'll know once he comes out striking out 7 batters through the first 3 innings, we're going to say, okay, then
I
this
like
game's
that.
over. Series is
Mhm.
over. And yeah, I'm saying a sweep. I feel great.
And I hope that you're right. I hope that I'm wrong on next episode, but I'm gonna take the safe bet and say 2 out of 3.
Okay, that's
But
fair.
yeah,
Um, Top performers, guess. We kind of nailed it.
yeah, I think so.
I called Judge 2 home runs this series,
Mm,
and he did that in one game.
yeah,
Um, well, you had mentioned Glaber from the last series, but I think you were still feeling him.
I wanted to make him my final pick, but I chose Stan at the last second. He was like he was all right. I
Yeah,
think he's still
yeah,
trying to find himself at the plate. Especially just because he's coming off that injury, and we all know how Stanton is after the injury. It takes him a little bit to get going again.
yeah.
Um, but going into this Milwaukee series, I am not going to change my pick on this one. It's
Okay.
Glaber.
Wow,
I'm I'm riding this Glaber train as long as I can.
I love that.
Yeah.
Um, in addition to Garrett Cole having his best start of 20, actually, no, he probably had a really good start somewhere this year. One of his best
Mhm.
starts of 2022 is coming from Garrett Cole this season, this weekend.
Yeah.
And let me feel it. What am I seeing? I'm trying to visualize. I'll say, I'll say Oswaldo has a big weekend.
I like that. I do like that.
I think I might have said him a little something for last, but you know what? We're gonna ignore it. Oswaldo Cabrera, his bat wakes up this weekend.
I do remember you mentioning you had predicted Oswald Peraza to hit
Yeah.
his first home run,
Oh, okay, fine.
and
Yeah.
he has not played a single game
Yeah,
since
that's
then.
my bad. My
No,
bad on
no,
that.
I don't think that's your. I think that's the Yankees' bad. If you're gonna call him up, why not play him? But I
Yeah.
do understand kind of where they're coming from. Josh Donaldson's playing fairly well
Yeah.
since coming off the paternity list, so it's hard to say where to pencil him in at. I mean, yeah, you could put him where IKF is at short,
But
but
I
it's
can't.
like
He's still doing
he
good
is,
enough.
and
Like,
you can't put him at second because you have to ride this Glaber
yeah.
thing. You have to.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
don't know. I did say that. You're right. And he hasn't
mhm.
played since too long. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I agree.
But yeah. All right. That wraps it up. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
We have an update on Harrison Bader.
Oh, yes.
He hit a home run tonight.
Did.
His first as a quote unquote Yankee.
Yeah.
Even though it's in, I believe he's in Double A right now with Somerset.
Yeah.
But Aaron Boone had said that he gets the day off tomorrow, and then he's going to play back-to-back days in the field. So he's going to be the Patriots starting center fielder for those two games, and then we should see him up in the Bronx very soon.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was a
I
bomb
can't
today.
wait.
It was
It
like
was.
427 feet or something crazy like that. It's nice to
Mhm.
see. And hopefully we see that, like you said. Hopefully he keeps that rolling in the Bronx. But
Yeah,
other than that, win the series in Milwaukee and let's keep these vibes high. Let's do it.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. See ya.
So yeah.